Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for excusing me last Friday. We were dealing with some flooding in our basement, flooding of our river, and all kinds of stuff that I really could have used the day, and I appreciate you doing that for me. So I have opened up the assignments, so I'll just go through and show you exactly what those mean. So on week technically 12 and 13, there will be what we call a turnaround assignment and a restaurant mogul assignment. Now, both of these are worth 10% of your total mark, and it's very important that you do complete week 8 through 11 before you attempt these, as they will have all of the components that we've looked at being involved in this. The very first one is a turnaround. So this is taking a unsuccessful business right now and creating it so it is successful. Now, as I mentioned in the statement earlier, or the announcement earlier, I have made these the most difficult that I can as far as the requirement. So I up the difficulty level to the maximum, as well as you are only allowed 2 attempts. So your first attempt could be a bit of a practice run versus your second attempt, which should be your submittal. Now, regardless of what attempt, the one that has the highest mark will be the one that's recorded. So that's good. In this particular one, the turnaround assignment, you'll be using your skill set that you've learned through this course to finish and follow a bunch of different steps. And the idea is that a good target revenue for your restaurant is about $30,000 per week or greater. So this is just the briefing, of course. There is a small learning phase simulator, which I don't actually really need to bring up, but here it is, which goes through that whole all of the actions and shows you exactly the flow chart for fixing and diagnosing problems in your restaurant. So this is a lovely little flow chart that I want you to look at, and this will help you solve quite a few of your problems that you see. And let me show you. And the next one goes right into the actual challenge phase. I'm going to see. I'll delete that. So into the challenge phase. So in this particular challenge phase, your goal is a weekly profit of $25,000 or more. Now, don't hit the submit button because you're already right here at step 4 of 4. And what I would do if I were you for both the turnaround and the startup restaurant, I would go through and take a look at some of my reports, look at my income statement, look at my balance sheet, take a look at percentages, and just kind of see where some of the issues are. Me looking at this, you have an 80-20% breakdown of revenue, which is okay, I suppose, not fantastic. But your food cost is low, your beverage cost is minuscule, but your waste is out of this world. So 27, 36, 33% waste. So obviously we have some issues. Staffing is far too high. Marketing is 95%, and right now we are making negative $15,798. Now, important thing is to remember is always be watching this. You only have so much cash. So when you run out of cash, it's game over. So right now I have $163,000 in the bank. But if I run a bunch of weeks at this level, obviously I wouldn't be successful. So of course you also want to look at some of your product and menu mix, and you should be able to actually see how many items that we have sold. And you can look at older weeks and newer weeks as well. So you get an idea of what's selling and what's not selling, the fillets and the deluxe salad. And all the beverages seem to be selling fairly well. A lot of these meals are not. So you might want to take a look at some of these and decide, okay, what's going on? So this is this lovely stars, plow horses, dogs, and puzzles. Shows you which ones that you should be getting rid of because you don't sell that well, and which ones seem to be working pretty well with you. Also, which ones maybe are underpriced a bit. So that's a great idea of looking at these kind of things. As you can see, every single option is now available for you. So have a little fun. Do some surveys. Look at your social media. Look at your purchasing. And through your purchasing, you should be able to see how much wastage that you're actually using as well. So the waste in the last 7 days of beef, 218 pounds, let's call it, you used, if there's a 7-day shelf life, you bought, the par value is 285. So right away, you know, if you put this down to 10, you might be saving quite a bit of money. So there's a lot of different varying things that you should be doing and looking at. Number one, though, is you got to look at your customers. So look at your surveys, look at your customers, see who they are, see what kind of food that they want to eat. And that's probably where I'd start here. So in the research component. And then once you have an idea, then look into your menu design, what kind of meals, and then your staffing, and then so on and so forth. Okay. Yes, at a certain point, this will just stop. So I've had that question before where people want to keep going and playing. I set it to the most difficult, knowing that people just want to have some fun and see how successful they can get. If you're taking home $25,000 every single week, you're doing okay. So this is the idea for this one. This is the challenge phase of the turnaround restaurant, and then the final one will be the restaurant mogul. Now, both of these I just put as a due date of Friday, April 23rd by 5 p.m. That's the last day of the semester and last day of your education, perhaps. So make sure you do this by 5 p.m., but there is no reason that you couldn't do all of this by the end of this week or even sooner, really. It'd be nice for you all, especially as I know a lot of those bigger projects are coming up, to get this out of the way. So as a recommendation, I would say go nuts, go through all this, finish it, have some fun doing it, and hopefully you're learning a bit. The restaurant mogul is a little bit different, where you actually have to create your own restaurant. So here you're starting in a whole city, and now you have to choose, okay, where am I going to open? Where am I going to set it up? What am I going to name it? What kind of food am I going to serve? Some things that I will say are, depending on what kind of food that you want to serve, and I'm pretty sure it's all based on what kind of people that you are trying to market to, right? So if you want a specific menu of a certain kind, think about the kinds of people that want that menu. And then once you pick, so this is your business spot, this is your romance and couples spot, and this is probably your family spot. So take a look at it, have some fun. You can move around locations as many times as you want. That's not a big deal. I think you can go for up to about 3 years. And your goal for this one is a profit of $40,000. So in the other one, we were only looking for 25. Now it's looking for 40. They do give you a couple pieces of information, such as surveys and looking at formulas, and some troubleshooting flowcharts that we spoke about before, and of course looking at your Gazette ratings. And then it's up to you. So there's only 2 tries that you can do. You know, later on, if you want to try it again, let's say, feel free to email me and I'll see if I can set it up, or you can just keep playing through. But to get 100% grade, you need a weekly profit of $40,000 or above. So yeah, so that would be it for the course. Once you complete those 2, as well as all of the other ones, you should be all set. I hope you are all having a lovely time. Again, if you have any questions about any other courses that are going on, about job offers you want to talk about, hey, it's, you know, week 10, I haven't gotten a co-op yet, and I'm starting to kind of freak out a little bit, feel free to send me an email. I will help you if I can. I'll at least try to point you in the right direction, or look over your resume. I'm not going to have any more live classes unless it's required, but please, my door is open, but my virtual door is open as well. So come on in, let's book a meeting and let's chat about anything you want, and I hope I can help. Bye for now.